Okay, that is the most dancing you see from me on the channel, but welcome to my full review of the brand new HomePod second generation right here on Bored at Work. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification icon to get notified by more videos like this. So let's check out the HomePod second generation, which comes in two different colors. We have the midnight and we have the white version. Now, white, of course, looks very clean and sleek, and it's got that traditional HomePod styling. Now, the one thing I'll mention about the mesh material, it is made from recycled fabric. It feels very nice and comfortable. I definitely like the look and feel of this. So looking at the HomePod second generation, you have your classic HomePod look. The top surface area, of course, is touch sensitive. You can touch to either pause or play. You can also increase the volume, and that also lights up when you're using the voice assistant as well. Now, another thing you'll notice with the HomePod second generation is that it has a detachable power cable, no longer tethered to the device itself, which means you can place it in different locations and you're not just limited to the cable's length as it is. So that's also very, very nice. Now let's jump into the hardware because they've made some interesting changes. And I'll put this out here before I even get to the hardware itself. The very first HomePods, I was not a fan. I clearly didn't like it. There was too much bass in there. It wasn't something for me. So I'm really hoping this actually changes things. And you know, with our first listening there, it kind of does a little bit. So the HomePods have a 20mm subwoofer. You've got 5 array tweeters at the bottom there, which basically allow for the music to spread around in that 360 fashion. You've also got EQ microphones as well. And the balance within the setup of the HomePods internally allow for basically intelligent music. So it's not just blasting music all 360, but it's trying to figure out your positioning and also where this is positioned within the room. So for instance, you can see it next to my TV and it's close to a wall, so it understands that yes, most of the listening will be in front. Now, because I have two HomePods, you can pair them up in stereo mode and you can set them up as stereo speakers if you want in your living room, which is really, really cool. And this gets us into our first listening session. How well do they sound in stereo mode when you are watching content? And in this case, we paired them up with the brand new Apple TV 4K, which has eARC support. So we have eARC out to our TV, and of course, the HomePod second generation are paired to it. We're listening to two separate scenes, one from the show Foundation, just listening to the opening score because it's so big, it's vibrant, it's like, you know, a big sci-fi epic, that's what it sounds like. And then we'll listen to some dialogue from Ted Lasso.
That was right, Coach. Yeah. I'm gonna get that someday.
Okay, so Foundation sounded really good, very clean. I love the way the separation of the different instruments and sounds came out pretty clear with that. And also moving to Ted Lasso, dialogue was clean and clear. So you could hear the different sounds on the street while Ted is walking, what he's saying, of course, to his colleague. All those different things come out really well with dialogue. So I definitely like it for watching content. And again, looking at the price point at just $299, if you pair both of them, you're looking at a $600 price point, which is the price of a soundbar, but you're getting more out of that. And more meaning, of course, the tuning for audio and listening to music. Now you've got spatial audio built into this, so you have that when you're watching content, as well as also when you are listening to music. And this is where things are very interesting because I'm going to give you two listening sessions. The first, of course, in stereo mode, listening to it, spatial audio, and then we're going to go to just one HomePod listening. But let's start off with, of course, both HomePods, stereo mode, listening to music. So that was good. I liked it. I liked the fact that it was much cleaner, but not as warm as I personally would like. I do notice that there is a little bit of closeness between the mids and the lows, so not a lot of separation there. but still a very nice experience at home. And I do have high ceilings, so you can see it filled up the room quite well, and it was loud and clear. That's also a very good part with the HomePod second generation. Now, listening to it with just a single HomePod, the white version here. Okay, so I kind of prefer it with just a single HomePod listening, which is great. It means that if you're getting just a single HomePod for your home, your office, wherever you want to put it within your environment, it works really well. Very clean sound, very clear. Again, it's not as warm as I personally would like, but I think it's a clean and crisp sound. And of course, bass lovers will love the fact that the bass is still there. You're gonna hear it in different tracks as you listen to this quite well. Now, besides just the audio functionality and also watching content, the HomePod second generation has a lot of other things built into it. It has a built-in thermometer in there, which means that it can tell temperature. But you're going, well, look, Thunder E, a lot of smart speakers can do that. Yes, you can because you've got Siri built into them, but because of that thermometer in there, it can tell the temperature in a specific region. So if you have this, say, in your office and your thermostat is downstairs in the living room, then your thermostat only gives you the temperature for one location in the home. So you can actually have locations in different rooms, and you can ask Siri.
It ranges from 71 degrees Fahrenheit to 72 degrees Fahrenheit in the living room.
And Siri will let you know. So that is a very nice and neat feature, and I love it for the energy savings there. The other aspect is that this is a Matter compatible device, which means that connecting your smart home accessories becomes really easy. No more trying to set up different applications or things like that. I have the Eve smart plug, which was easy to set up. I scanned it and boom, it took like 2 steps for me to set it up, and I was good to go. I didn't have to do any other integration to using it with Siri. I was able to tell Siri to turn on lights and turn off the lights. And it was a very quick and simple process. So that integration with Matter and bringing in the smart home devices and accessories and also connecting it through the HomePod make it a very unique tool in Apple's ecosystem, especially expanding into the smart home space. So you're thinking, Thunder E, do you like them? Do you recommend them? What's your final thoughts? Here's the thing. In stereo mode, we're having 2 HomePods. It is great for watching movies and content. I absolutely love the way it actually paired with the Apple TV 4K. So that was actually a good experience, and also just listening to Foundation intro was great. Now, when listening to music, I prefer just a single HomePod. Again, it's not my sound signature. As I mentioned, it's not as warm as I would like. That separation is still a little bit too tight for me, but I will recommend it for someone who's looking for that single speaker that wants to use it around the home. And again, the improved functionality with Siri and smart home connectivity goes a long way. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you have any questions, any comments? Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and always enjoy your entertainment.